Why do I wear so much pink?
So in recent time, I've been to a couple different events. One of them was in January. I went to the Women's March and was there with some friends. I wore a pink t-shirt, a pink v-neck, and wore my gay pride flag as a cape. And yesterday, I was at a fundraiser for Planned Parenthood, and we all got pink tank tops to wear along with our donation. Planned Parenthood is an organization that provides care for those that can't necessarily afford it, and education for also those that can not necessarily afford it. I have a couple friends that have really benefited from it in time of need, as well as I've seen other people that since it's gone away in their area, they've not been able to get the same services that they were before. And I think it's an organization that helps keep America healthy and educated. So as those two things have come up, I've found myself wearing quite a bit of pink. So if you'll notice, I'm wearing a pink hat. It's my mom's Red Sox hat that I asked if I could borrow yesterday after I was visiting them. And I was thinking about, why do I wear so much pink, and sort of why is it that I am somewhat, maybe not alone, but I'm not with the majority of men that, most men don't wear pink, or don't have it as a part of their closet, or just might refuse to wear it. And I was thinking about, why do I wear pink? And it's been a tough question to answer. I'm not even quite sure I've completely answered it. Maybe I'll come to it as I keep talking here. But I thought to myself, one thing I think people don't wear pink is because they don't want to look like a girl. As we know, it's been ingrained in our culture that if you have a baby boy, you dress them in blue. If you have a baby girl, you put pink on their heads, right? When you're going to get your baby after it's been born, they put either a blue or pink cap on it. So we automatically assume that pink goes along with being female. And I think that people have this concern, a lot of men might have this concern that they might look like a female if they wear pink. And I think it's interesting to think that people are afraid of being judged for looking like a certain gender. And I think as a culture, we're starting to grow a little bit out of that phase where we're not as afraid as we used to be as a sex, like the male sex. I think in older times, I think as a whole we didn't wear pink as much, and I think it's starting to, as people are becoming more and more comfortable with their sexuality, as they're becoming more and more comfortable, sticking up for the rights of others, especially women, we're starting to see that wearing pink doesn't have to necessarily be that you are a girl. It could be staying for a girl, or maybe you just like the damn color. But I think it's interesting, in recent time, I've also seen t-shirts that say real men wear pink, and I've also seen people say, nah, I'm not wearing pink. I don't want to look like a girl, right? I've seen students say that. And I think it's interesting that that's something that owns us, that this color pink has had such like a hold on our culture, such a hold on people, that it means a lot to us, right? So I would say, even for me, the fact that I do and can and often wear pink, to me it's like, I'd say it's something that I'm proud that I'm able to do. And some people, on the other hand, are like, they might refuse to wear it, or it's purposely not part of their wardrobe. I've actually been complimented quite a bit on some of the pink items that I say, and people said, you should wear more often, you look good in it. So I don't know if this was helpful, but for those of you out there that are thinking about adding pink to your wardrobe, I'd say do it, especially if you're a man that doesn't own any. And I know even my mom has said at some point she didn't want to be categorized as like a girly girl, right? She's a bit of a feminist, right? She grew up in an era where being a feminist was very new. And so for her to have this idea of wearing pink, she did not want to be seen as a girly girl or someone that wasn't powerful. And I think that pink is starting to transform as a color and what we make it of it, right? What we make it mean. think it's slowly becoming something different than it used to be. I think oftentimes it is still a color that, I would say it's predominantly worn by females, and it's starting to transform within our culture what it means and what we wear it for. So I totally invite men out there to start wearing more pink, whether it be supporting your favorite females in the world, or whether it be you just owning your own sexuality. My rugby team, I know one thing that was pretty cool that I witnessed in college was I was on a rugby team, and because of some of the positions you have to get in rugby, you have to get really close and uncomfortable with other guys. And I would say this was because of that, because it's part of the sport, you become really comfortable with your sexuality and the guys around you, right? So, I know I've seen, like, coming off a football field, I've seen guys patting each other on the butt, right? It was all over the place in the rugby field, right? We were very comfortable with that. I think that same level of comfort around, honestly, touching other guys, right? Even if it's in a sport, that might translate into how comfortable you are to wear pink. I remember in college for Halloween, there were a couple of years where about half the rugby team dressed up as like drag queens, and they came looking like girls to the party. So it was a group of men that were probably the most comfortable I've ever seen looking like girls or wearing pink. Stay weird.